Following 2 years of pandemic restrictions for travel, the global aviation industry's recovery is now well underway. However, with the return to the skies of millions of travelers, there are some airports around the world, especially in Europe, experiencing some problems like delays and service issues. Facing what has been called Armageddon, one airport, London's Heathrow Airport, has implemented a capacity cut for departing passengers. As a result, this has drawn the protests and criticism of the airport management by one prominent airline, Emirates. Recently, Emirates has gone out in public to protest and criticize the management of Heathrow Airport's move to implement a capacity cap for departing passengers, raising issues such as the effect on operations and the impact on the airline's customers. Since issuing statements publicly, it has been reported that there has been some talks between the Heathrow Airport and the Emirates management, so the issue appears to be resolved for the time being. To understand what happened, we'll go first and get to the background information of the whole situation. With the post-pandemic travel demand surge now well underway, Heathrow Airport has been affected heavily by staffing shortages, which has affected the airport operations in areas such as ground handling and other critical services. Facing shortages in staff during a peak travel time, Heathrow Airport CEO John Holland-Kaye addressed the situation, highlighting the staffing issue, saying, quote, "They are doing the very best they can with the resources available, and we are giving them as much support possible, but this is a significant constraint to the airport's overall capacity." Kaye further elaborated on the situation with the airport now handling over 100,000 passengers per day. The service level has been dropping, with travelers experiencing long lines, delays, cancellations, and bags not making it with the passenger at the destination. To ease the burden on Heathrow Airport, the airport's management has set a capacity cap for departing passengers to 100,000 per day, effective mid-July through early September. This would result in flights being cut and cancelled, so the airport has offered an amnesty for airlines to reduce flights and capacity without penalty. On the Heathrow Airport's behalf, Holland-Kaye apologized to the traveling public and stakeholders, saying, quote, "By making this intervention now, our objective is to protect flights for the vast majority of passengers at Heathrow this summer and to give confidence that everyone who does travel to the airport will have a safe and reliable journey and arrive at their destination with their bags. We recognize that this will mean some summer journeys will either be moved to another day, another airport, or be cancelled, and we apologize to those whose travel plans are affected." In response, there are some airlines that have cooperated with Heathrow Airport, though some are not necessarily happy with it. One of those airlines is Emirates, which has called the capacity cap unreasonable and unacceptable. In a statement, Emirates raised the issue of the communication with the airports, saying it was only given 36 hours to comply and the communication identified flights that would be affected. In a protest of this, Emirates has stated that it would operate its flights as scheduled, protesting the capacity cap, which it stated had blatant disregard for customers. The airline raised the issues of the pressure to rebook a large amount of passengers, including the difficulty to accommodate travelers for connecting to Dubai, along with the problems that would be raised if Emirates were to shift the operations of flights to other airports in the UK on short notice. Going beyond the protest of the capacity cut, Emirates would go on to criticize the management of Heathrow Airport. The airline pointed out that its ground services at the airport are run by the airline group's company Danata, which Emirates described would be capable of handling the needs of the airline at Heathrow. Emirates identified the airport operator responsible for the situation, criticizing Heathrow Airport for not planning for the post-pandemic air travel demand surge. In a statement, Emirates said, quote, "LHR chose not to act, not to plan, not to invest. Now faced with an Armageddon situation due to their incompetence and non-action, they are pushing the entire burden, the cost, and the scramble to sort the mess to airlines and travelers." Further adding to the criticism, Emirates did call on shareholders of the Heathrow Airport to scrutinize the decisions of the airport's management team. Since the public criticism and protests from Emirates over the Heathrow management decision, it now appears that the situation has been resolved for the time being following a meeting between Emirates President Tim Clark and Heathrow Airport's Holland K. With a meeting that has been described as constructive, Emirates has pledged to work with the airport management to help ease the burden of the airport staff, and Emirates would cap the sales of further flights out of Heathrow until mid-August. Meanwhile, ticketed passengers may travel as booked with Emirates operating as scheduled for the time being. While Heathrow Airport and London is thousands of miles away from Asia, it does put the airlines and airports of the region on notice. As airlines restore and start new flights, we can hope the airports and airlines in the region have good plans and coordination to meet the rapid recovery of air travel in the region. I definitely hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Flights in Asia, highlighting the news and updates from the aviation and travel scene in the Asia Pacific. For more of the latest updates, you can check out the website at www.flightsinasia.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day.